Welcome back, guys. Now, the case of Afiba and Celine is still ongoing. As it stands now, the key suspect by name Andrew Amechi has been pronounced deceased. I've just put out a video talking about the confirmation of his demise, where they had to do that, according to them, just so the public would not think that the police had taken money from him and allowed him to flee, as was being speculated by some people on social media. Now, since this case broke, I've been following it keenly. This is about my fourth video on it, and there was one narrative that I didn't want to believe or second or even speak on into detail. But now, certain information is coming out that is leaning in that direction, as possibly could be a possibility that maybe, just maybe, there could be some element of truth in there, although it still remains to be confirmed. Now, this narrative has to do with the fact that it is looking like it's possible Afiba and Celine were actually going to meet Andrew Amechi for hookup. If you are not familiar with the hookup concept, it basically involves ladies arranging to meet up with men and get intimate for money. Yeah, it's very unfortunate because, mind you, although Celine was not married, Afiba was married, and it is not yet fully established that that was what they went to do, but a text message or a WhatsApp message, has surfaced, allegedly to be between Celine and Andrew Amechi. And in this WhatsApp message, it reads as, "Hey Andrew," you can see it on your screen, of course. And this is what it reads: "Hey Andrew, good morning. I'm cool. And you?" And this person purported to be Andrew responds, "Oh, nice. I'm good. How is your friend?" And then this person, alleged to be Celine, responds that she's cool. Andrew comes back to say nice. And this is where the punchline comes in. So this person, presumed to be Andrew, goes on to say that, so about what I was saying about both of you coming over and keeping me company for a couple of days, how much will it cost me? Like, come Saturday, leave Monday. And this person, purported to be Celine, responds by saying, because of you, 1 million for both of us. Now, this chat is what is circulating and adding to certain videos, some of which you saw at the beginning of this footage, where it's alleged that these are videos that Celine and Afiba put out when they were hanging out with Andrew Amechi. Now, these two things, or the video and this WhatsApp message chat, is looking like there is more to this, where that speculation or suspicion that these ladies seem to have been in a hookup thing with Andrew Amechi and it went south is beginning to seem like a possibility. But then, I'm going to get into it on both sides. The possibility and also the likelihood that this is too circumstantial and more of a stretch in trying to conclude that they may have been engaged in hookup. So first of all, if you watch these footages that are circulating, yes, you see a lady is eating and all, they are having fun and all, but I didn't see anything that depicted that it was with Andrew Amechi and it's pointing to a hookup. At least in the case of Celine, even if Andrew Amechi was in the footage, it still wouldn't be much of a problem for me because she's single. But then, in the case of Afiba, who is a married woman, she has no business being around such a man for anything. Now, if you look at the WhatsApp message, if this message is truly between Celine and Andrew Amechi, then I think that the plot is thickening, because it means that Celine knew Andrew and she got Afiba to tag along with her to go and see him. And it seems they agreed on an amount of 1 million naira. Now, 1 million naira is nothing really huge with regards to value, because the naira is a very weak currency. It's 1 million naira, it's just probably some few hundreds or thousands of US dollars. So if you are not familiar with the dynamics of the Nigerian naira, don't hear 1 million naira and think that is something huge. It's nothing huge. And Afiba and Celine agreeing to go and see this man per this chat, saying that he'll pay them, and Celine coming back to say they'll charge 1 million naira. That means it's like 500,000 naira for each of them. Now, for a married woman, I don't see why she should even get caught up in something like this. But then again, if you look at the WhatsApp message, there hasn't been any proof to confirm that truly this was an authentic WhatsApp communication between Celine and Andrew Amechi. So that also becomes a bit of a stretch to look at this and conclude that, yeah, it's actually Celine and Andrew Amechi, and that they were setting up the hookup date. But then if it turns out that this is an authentic message between them, then this, I believe, would be proof that they actually set up a hookup date. And if so, I'm going to be very, very disappointed in Afiba, because she is a married woman. She actually left her husband to come to Nigeria on the pretext of coming for a wedding. So there is no way she should be caught up in such things. I would be very disgusted if that turns out to be the case. And then if it turns out also that this WhatsApp message is authentic, then it also opens up another chapter of possibility with regards to Celine and Andrew Amechi. It would mean that Celine already knew Andrew Amechi, and maybe Abigail Afiba Tando never knew him, but would eventually get to meet him through Celine when they came to Nigeria under the pretense of coming for a wedding. In which case, it then begs the question, is Celine also a victim or maybe a possible accomplice of Abigail Afiba Tando? Because mind you, as long as both of them haven't been found, there's still that possibility that Celine might be in bed with Andrew. Because if this WhatsApp message is true and valid, then it means that there's a possibility Celine knew Andrew and Afiba never knew him. And if that is the case, there could also be a possibility, although maybe far-fetched, that Celine could have set Abigail up to be used by Andrew Amechi. It's a possibility. I'm not saying that is it, but that possibility cannot be overlooked. And if that is the case, then maybe Celine might not have also been kidnapped, but may actually be trying to flee. So I'm hoping the security agencies are analyzing these things on all these angles, because as it stands now, I believe that the story will take different trajectories depending on what the truth is and what the facts is. So if they are only looking in one line and presuming both of them have been kidnapped, then they may find out too late that maybe Celine was not a victim. Because mind you, the remains of a lady have been found near the house of Andrew Amechi. And if they are yet to identify this person though, but if it turns out Celine is also a suspect and an accomplice of Andrew Amechi, then they shouldn't be looking for the remains of two ladies, but rather one person, and rather seeking to track down the other person who might still be fleeing as we speak. I'm just analyzing. I'm not saying Celine is a culprit, but I'm just analyzing the possibilities. So what do you think of this? Because I think that is still a strong possibility that Celine could be in bed with Andrew. Because although they met on Facebook, it seems that Celine knew Andrew from way back. And Afiba probably would only get to know Andrew Amechi through Celine, her friend. And if you have this type of friend who knows you're a married woman and sets you up to be part of a hookup, I think that this is a type of friend you may have to look at, critically, because it doesn't speak well of the person's moral standing. Neither does it speak well of the person's intention for your marriage, even for your husband and yourself, knowing very well that if you get caught up in this, your marriage could probably be destroyed, your home will be destroyed, your children will be affected. So is this person really a friend? That is the question. Is Celine really a friend if it turns out that she's the one who set up the hookup? And more so, if maybe there's a twist and it turns out she's even an accomplice of Andrew Amechi and she was never his victim. As it stands now, Andrew Amechi is said to be deceased. I'm going to put out another video on his passing. I've already put one out, but I'm going to put out another one where I'll be analyzing certain possibilities that could come up where he might not even be deceased, but possibly his passing could have been faked. Yeah, I know you've seen some pictures and videos of him and things they are saying are his remains, but hey, this is Africa. Anything can happen. And mind you, they are lookalikes. And the story the police have put out about his passing and the events that led up to him being deceased is very murky. I'm going to put out a video on that one too. I believe that this case is more than what we are seeing. We are seeing symptoms of the defects of the security agencies in some parts of Africa and the porous security in some parts of Africa. And I believe that this case is just a symptom of a bigger problem that we have in some countries in Africa. Let me know what you think about this case and some of the things that I've touched on. But let's keep praying for these girls. Let's just go to the comment section, commiserate with their families, and type hashtag please find Afiba and Celine. And if you know something, say something. If you see something, please say something. And please, I've always been saying this, a little paranoia will help keep you safe. Keep an eye out and stay safe out there. I'll catch you on the next one.